Have you ever felt that quiet itch, wanting to speak English fluently, but finding yourself utterly alone? You open your textbooks, watch endless videos, hear others speak with effortless grace, and a painful question whispers in your mind. Why can't I do that? You try, but the words scatter. You forget everything you've learned. The frustration builds, leaving you feeling slow, embarrassed, and utterly stuck. A lie begins to take root deep inside. Maybe I'll never speak fluent English. But listen closely. You don't need expensive schools. You don't need a conversation partner. You don't need flawless grammar. And you absolutely don't need to wait for someone else to unlock your potential. Because right now, I'm going to share something far more powerful than simple tips. I'm going to give you a complete system, a proven plan that will transform your English speaking forever, even if you are entirely by yourself. I will reveal the exact methods that turn shy, silent learners into confident, articulate English speakers, all on their own terms. This isn't just empty motivation. This isn't mere theory. This is the raw truth, demonstrated by real people who started with no money, no support, no confidence, only a burning desire to learn. In this journey, you will discover how to build an unstoppable speaking habit, even without anyone to talk to. You'll learn to think directly in English, bypassing the mental translation trap. You'll become comfortable with your own voice, your inevitable mistakes, and your growing confidence. You'll unlock the power of tools you already possess: your mirror, your phone, your voice, to build fluency like never before. You'll learn to harness modern technology like ChatGPT to simulate authentic conversation practice. And most importantly, you'll make English feel natural, personal, and deeply emotional, ensuring that what you learn stays with you forever. But before we embark, ask yourself one crucial question: am I truly serious about mastering English? If your answer is a resounding yes, then I urge you to stay with me until the very end. This could be the most pivotal English guidance you will ever receive. This is the moment that could finally empower you to stop being silent and start being unstoppable. Let's begin. The first powerful practice is deceptively simple, yet profoundly impactful. Talk to yourself. Yes, you heard correctly. Engage in self-talk every single day. This isn't about being strange. It's about being strategically brilliant. Here's a truth no one tells you. The quickest path to becoming a better speaker is to start speaking. Even if it's only to yourself. Consider how babies acquire language. They don't study grammar books. They learn by making sounds, repeating words, and talking constantly, even when no one initially understands them. This is how their brains are trained. This is how confidence is built. And guess what? You can replicate this process right now in your own home. Start like this: wake up, walk to your mirror, look yourself in the eye, and begin your day in English. Say, "Good morning. Today is Monday. I woke up at 7. I brushed my teeth. I made tea. Now I'm ready to start my day." Describe your actions, your thoughts, your plans. Get, "I have a lot to accomplish today. I will finish my work by 5. Then I'll go for a walk. I feel motivated." Don't fret over grammar. Don't fear mistakes. Because in this very act, you are building fluency. You are giving your brain a new voice. You are training your mouth to articulate English sounds. You are telling your fear, you no longer control me. Let me share a true story. A young woman I worked with from a small town had never spoken English in school and felt utterly hopeless. But she embraced this one simple habit, mirror talk. Every day for just 10 minutes, she would stand before her mirror and speak aloud in English. At first, she despised her own voice. She stumbled over words. She felt artificial. But she persisted. After just 30 days, her voice transformed. Her confidence soared. She began conversing with others. She even aced a job interview in English, clearing it with immense pride. Not because she was perfect, but because she practiced. Because she stopped waiting and started using her own voice. That is the incredible power of speaking to yourself. It's free, it's simple, and it works. But only if you commit to doing it daily. Don't overthink it, just start. Tomorrow morning, stand before that mirror and speak. Don't seek permission. Just talk. And practice another powerful tool, record your voice and listen to your mistakes. One of the most potent resources you already possess is your own voice. But here's the painful reality: most learners never truly listen to themselves. They speak, but they never analyze. They talk, but they never reflect. And that's precisely why they remain stuck at the same level for years. Now, imagine this. You take your phone, hit the record button, and speak for just 2 minutes. Perhaps you narrate your day. Today I woke up at 6 a.m. I made black coffee. I was feeling tired, but I had to go to work. Or maybe you articulate a dream. Someday I want to live in Canada. I want to work in a good company. I want to speak English confidently with my team. Now, here's where the magic truly unfolds. You listen to that recording, and for the very first time, you truly hear yourself. Initially, you might dislike your voice. You might pinpoint mistakes. You might feel a pang of embarrassment. But do not stop there. That is precisely where true growth begins. Because now you can ask, did I pronounce this word clearly? Was my pace too slow or too fast? Did I say go instead of goes? Am I relying on the same sentence structures repeatedly? Your ears become your most insightful teacher. And once you identify your weak points, you can systematically address them. Allow me to share another powerful example. A man working in a hotel longed to converse with foreign guests, but had no one to practice with. So he began recording himself every night before bed. At first, it was agonizing. He stammered. He forgot words. His grammar was broken. Yet, he did it every single night. He listened with a heavy heart, but an unyielding fire in his soul. After 3 months, he could express himself with remarkable clarity. He stopped uttering every few seconds. He corrected his most significant grammar errors. He even began delivering small welcome speeches at his hotel in English, brimming with confidence. Not because he had a teacher, but because he possessed courage. This single habit can revolutionize your entire English journey. So tonight, grab your phone, hit record, and speak. Tomorrow, listen to yourself. And every day, repeat the cycle: speak, listen, improve. This is how fluency is forged, not within the pages of books, but within the power of your own voice. Practice 3, shadowing. This is the secret tool to sounding like a native speaker. Now, let's explore one of the most underrated yet profoundly effective methods to enhance your English speaking: shadowing. Shadowing means you listen intently to a native speaker and then immediately repeat precisely what they said, like an echo, a shadow, an actor meticulously copying a scene. Why is this so effective? Because it simultaneously trains every aspect: your ears, listening with precision; your mouth, pronouncing with clarity; your rhythm, sounding natural; and your confidence, speaking without hesitation. Let me break it down step by step to make it easy to follow. How to shadow like a pro. Choose a short video or audio clip, ideally 30 seconds to 1 minute in length. Start small. This could be a YouTube clip, a podcast segment, a movie dialogue, or a speech. Play one sentence at a time. Pause, then repeat it out loud. For instance, if the speaker says, "I don't believe in luck. I believe in hard work," you pause. Then you say, "I don't believe in luck. I believe in hard work." Strive to match their tone, their emotion, and their speed. Repeat each sentence 3 to 5 times. Do not move forward until you feel the sentence flows smoothly from your mouth. For an advanced approach, record your shadowing. Compare your version with the original. Repeat this process. What does shadowing truly teach you? It teaches your mouth the physical sensation of English. It helps you break free from mental translation. It teaches you the natural rise and fall, the inherent music of the English language. Think of this way: when a dancer learns a new move, they copy the choreographer step by step. When a singer trains, they emulate the tone of a great vocalist. Why should learning to speak English be any different? You're not just acquiring words, you're learning expression, rhythm, and unwavering confidence. So choose topics you genuinely love. If you're passionate about movies, shadow dialogues from your favorite film. If business excites you, shadow motivational speeches. If you love storytelling, shadow audiobooks. Because when you feel something, you remember it. The more you enjoy it, the more rapidly you improve. Practice 4. Tell stories out loud, whether real or imaginary. Now, let's discuss a practice so potent that it not only elevates your English fluency, but also ignites your imagination, boosts your confidence, and refines your expression. It's called storytelling practice. You simply tell stories aloud by yourself. Let me explain its profound power. When you tell a story, you don't merely speak. You convey emotions. You effortlessly navigate between past, future, and present tenses. You vividly describe actions, places, people, feelings, and thoughts. You automatically practice grammar, expand your vocabulary, refine your tone, and structure your thoughts without consciously thinking about rules. So, how do you engage in this? It's remarkably simple. You need nothing but your own imagination and your voice. Here are some powerful ways to practice. Tell a real story from your life. For example, last week I went to the market. It was raining. I didn't have an umbrella, but I desperately needed to buy vegetables. Keep going. Elaborate on what happened, what you observed, how you felt, what you did. I couldn't believe it. I told my parents, and they were shocked. Inject drama, emotion, and surprise. Why? Because when you speak with emotion, your memory becomes significantly stronger, And when you speak with creativity, your confidence skyrockets. You are no longer just speaking English. You are living within it. Tell a story using a photo, a memory, or an object. Look at an old picture. Hold an object in your hand and narrate the story behind it. This is my first phone. I bought it when I was 18. I saved money for 6 months. It reminds me of my struggle. Now your words are intrinsically linked to emotion, and emotion is the true creator of language. Many English learners grapple with speaking because they fixate too much on grammar rules and not enough on using the language organically. But here's the truth. When you begin telling stories aloud, even simple ones, for just 10 minutes a day, something transformative occurs. Your brain starts to formulate complete sentences naturally. Your mouth becomes accustomed to expressing ideas in English. And gradually, fluency becomes second nature. This practice demands no perfect grammar. It requires no partner or textbook. It only requires your voice and your imagination. And if you remain consistent, speaking small stories daily, you will undeniably notice your confidence growing, your pauses diminishing, and your English beginning to flow effortlessly. Bonus tip: record your stories. Listen, improve. Over time, you will be astonished by how beautifully your sentences begin to flow. Because speaking English isn't about perfection. It's about consistent practice. And storytelling is the most ancient and natural form of human communication. You don't need a teacher. You don't need permission. You just need your voice and a story to tell. And believe me, everyone has stories, even you. Practice 5. Teach English to an imaginary student. This next practice is almost universally overlooked, yet it stands as one of the fastest routes to mastering any language. It's called teach to learn. Yes, even if you're still a beginner, even if your grammar isn't flawless, you should begin teaching English to an imaginary student. Let me explain why this method is so profoundly effective. When you attempt to teach something, your brain shifts from a passive receiving mode to an active processing mode. You're no longer merely listening, you're explaining. You're not just memorizing, you're organizing thoughts. You're not simply copying, you're creating structure. And that is the foundation upon which deep understanding is built. How can you implement this? You can start today. Imagine a student seated directly in front of you, perhaps a child or even your younger self. Now say, "Let me explain something to you." This is how we talk about our daily routine. We say, "I wake up at 6. I brush my teeth. I take a shower." These are present simple tense sentences. We use them for habits. Keep going. Speak like a teacher. Now, let me teach you the difference between I went and I have gone. I went is used for a specific time in the past. For example, I went to the market yesterday. I have gone is used when the time is not clear or the action is still relevant now. For example, I have gone to that shop before. You might feel a little awkward at first. That's perfectly normal. But here's what's secretly happening. Your brain is constructing logical connections. Your tongue is practicing fluid articulation. Your memory is reinforcing grammatical structures. And your confidence is expanding with every passing second. Let's say you're sitting alone, wanting to practice English. You pretend you're a teacher, not to show off, but to train your brain to think clearly and articulate ideas. Start with something simple like teaching daily routine sentences. Say aloud, "Today I'm going to teach how to talk about your daily routine in English." We use the present simple tense. So we say, "I wake up at 7. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I go to work." Notice we use the base form of the verb because we're talking about regular actions. Now explain it again, this time slowly and clearly, as if your student is encountering it for the very first time. You can also teach small grammar points. Let's understand the difference between do and does. We use does with he, she, it. For example, she does her homework. We use do with I, you, we, they. For example, I do my work. So we don't say ha do. That's incorrect. We say a does. You can even ask yourself questions and answer them. Why do we say I go and not I goes? Because with I, we use the base verb. Only with or sh do we adds. This is how you teach. Not for an audience, but for your own accelerating fluency. When you explain something in your own words, your brain becomes remarkably adept at building full sentences and retaining their structure. It's not about being perfectly right or wrong. It's about cultivating the habit of speaking, thinking, and organizing ideas in English. Bonus tip, speak slowly. Use gestures. Pretend you're genuinely assisting someone. And always remember, when you teach, you learn twice over. The world's most eloquent speakers didn't achieve greatness by merely listening. They became great by speaking, by sharing, by explaining, even when they were entirely alone. So stop waiting. Become your own teacher. Speak as if you're guiding someone, because you are. You are guiding your future self. Practice 6. Build a real speaking routine. 15 minutes that change everything. If your true desire is to speak English fluently, there is one unbreakable rule. You must speak every single day, even if it's for just 15 minutes. Most learners mistakenly believe they need 3 hours a day, an ideal environment, or a native speaker to make meaningful progress. That is a profound misconception. What you genuinely need is unwavering consistency. Because here's the undeniable truth. Speaking once a week for 1 hour is significantly less effective than speaking every day for a mere 10 to 15 minutes. Why? Because your mouth requires daily training. Because your brain rapidly forgets if you skip practice. Because language is a living, evolving skill, not a subject you study and then discard. So, how do you construct a potent speaking routine? I will provide you with a concrete system that genuinely works. Something anyone can diligently follow at home. The 15-minute daily speaking routine, minutes 1 to 3 mirror talk. Wake up. Stand in front of the mirror. Describe what you're doing. I just woke up. I feel a little tired, but I have a lot to accomplish today. Speak freely. Use simple language. Banish fear. Minutes 4 to 6 voice recording. Record a short 2-minute voice note on your phone. Choose any topic. My favorite food is pizza. Let me tell you why I love it. After recording, listen to it. Pay attention to pronunciation, grammar, and overall fluency. Minutes 7 to 10 storytelling or shadowing. Either tell a story from your life. When I was 10 years old, something happened that profoundly changed me. Or shadow a short video. Listen to a sentence. Pause. Repeat. Train like a professional actor. Minutes 11 to 13, teach or explain something. Pretend you're a teacher. Explain a grammar point or a daily routine. Today I'll teach you the difference between can and could. Minutes 14 to 15, chat with ChatGPT. Ask a question. Practice conversation. Correct my sentence. I go to office every day. Can you help me speak about my hobbies? That's it. Just 15 minutes, but executed every single day. Not when you feel like it, not when you have spare time, but as an absolute, non-negotiable part of your life, as essential as brushing your teeth. Because English is not a casual hobby. It is a vital skill that builds your future. Consider this example. There was a delivery boy in the Philippines who yearned to learn English to secure a better job. He had no time, no coach, and no friends who spoke English. So he meticulously crafted his own 15-minute morning routine utilizing this exact method. He adhered to it before work every single day for 6 months. Today, he speaks fluently. He secured a job at an international hotel, and he didn't pay a single cent for a course. He paid with sheer discipline. You possess the power to do the same. So stop uttering, "I don't have time." You don't need time. You need a system. And now you have it. Practice 7 Ask Smart Questions and practice with ChatGPT, your 24/7 speaking partner. Most people are paralyzed by the fear of speaking English because they lack anyone to converse with. But what if I told you that you already have an ever-present speaking partner? Someone who listens tirelessly 24/7, never mocks your mistakes, answers every query, corrects your grammar, and fosters your growth whenever you desire. It's not a human teacher. It's not a friend. It's ChatGPT, the most potent language tool you are not yet fully leveraging. Let me demonstrate how to transform it into your personal English coach. First, initiate the conversation with this message. "Hi, I'm learning English. Please talk to me like a conversation partner. Correct my grammar when I make mistakes." Now you have established the tone. ChatGPT understands its role. Second, begin speaking. You can type something like, "Hello, my name is Raj. I want to tell you about my day today." Or even provide a specific topic. Can we talk about hobbies? Pretend we're at a restaurant and I'm ordering food. Let's practice a job interview. ChatGPT will respond. You reply back. It's a genuine conversation, a real exchange. Third, ask questions like a curious learner. What's the difference between say and tell? Correct my sentence. Yesterday I go to office. Can you help me describe my best friend in English? You will receive clear, instant explanations. Challenge yourself. Ask ChatGPT to test you. Ask me 5 questions about my daily routine. Give me a sentence with a mistake. I'll try to correct it. Pretend you are a waiter and I'm a customer ordering dinner. Now you're not just passively reading. You're not merely listening. You are actively speaking. You are thinking. You are training. Bonus tips for maximizing ChatGPT. Practice at the same time every day. Transform it into an ingrained habit. Copy new words into a notebook. Make an effort to use them later in your storytelling or mirror talk. After each session, summarize the conversation aloud. That right there is your real speaking practice. Don't shy away from technology. Don't wait for the elusive perfect teacher. Be your own teacher. Be your own voice. And utilize ChatGPT as your ultimate practice partner anytime, anywhere. Because the individual who speaks daily, even to a machine, will undoubtedly one day speak with unwavering confidence to the entire world. Practice 8. Describe everything around you, anytime, anywhere. If your ambition is to truly speak English fluently, if you want English to become an intrinsic part of your thoughts, your speech, your very life, then you must practice not only with books, but with your immediate environment. Yes, the most powerful English classroom is not your room, not a costly course, not an app. It is your everyday life. Because authentic fluency blossoms when your brain begins to think in English about the real things directly in front of you. This method is called describe everything around you, either aloud or silently in your mind. Let me show you how to execute it in a way that fundamentally changes everything for you. Wherever you find yourself, your kitchen, your bedroom, a bus stop, your office, look around and begin speaking. Literally. Speak aloud if circumstances permit, or whisper, or simply articulate in your mind, but do not remain silent. Start describing what you perceive. There's a red chair in the corner. It looks a little old. There's a white cup on the table. I think it's still warm. Maybe someone had tea. The window is half open. I can hear some birds outside. Now you are not memorizing. You are not translating. You are employing English as a natural instrument to observe the world. This is precisely what native speakers do. They don't translate, they describe directly. And you can train your brain to achieve the same. Even when you're engaged in a simple task like making coffee, speak. I'm pouring water into the kettle. It's almost full now. I'm switching it on. I'll wait for 2 minutes. After that, I'll add some milk. It might sound mundane, but it's pure magic. You are training your brain to speak automatically. No pressure, no rigid grammar rules, no paralyzing fear, only language in fluid motion. When you're walking on the street, that man is wearing a black jacket. He looks tired. Maybe he had a long day. That woman is smiling. She's talking on the phone. Maybe she's speaking to someone she loves. You're not just speaking, you're connecting with the language on an emotional level. When you describe emotions or make educated guesses, your vocabulary expands exponentially faster. I feel excited today. I don't know why, but the air feels different. Maybe something good will happen. This is genuine fluency, because fluency isn't merely about possessing the correct words. It's about being profoundly comfortable with thinking in English. If you commit to this one practice every day, even for just 10 minutes, your brain will gradually cease to rely on your native language for thoughts. You'll begin to inhabit English. And that, my friend, is the highest echelon of fluency. You will no longer utter, "I know English, but I can't speak it." You will declare, "English is how I think. English is how I navigate the world." And that is the transformative shift most learners never attain, because they are unaware of how astonishingly simple the solution is. You don't need more lessons. You need more moments where your English truly comes alive. Don't concern yourself with being grammatically perfect. Just speak. Utilize your phone's voice recorder to describe your surroundings. Then, later, listen to your descriptions. Whisper if you're in public. Even silently moving your lips helps cultivate fluency. Challenge yourself. Endeavor to describe emotions, smells, memories, or abstract ideas, not just tangible objects. This is fluency built from the inside out. It is independent of anyone else. It is free. It is powerful. And it works if you dedicate yourself to it daily. Speak what you see. Speak what you feel. Speak what you do. And soon, English will naturally speak through you. Now, listen to me with unwavering attention. You don't need a sophisticated accent to be influential. You don't need impeccable grammar to command respect. And you certainly don't need a traditional classroom to achieve fluency. You just need one singular thing: your voice. You don't have to wait for someone else to practice with. You don't have to postpone for the perfect moment. You are the perfect moment right now. You possess everything you need to flourish. You have your voice, your unwavering will, your unique story, your profound dreams. And if you truly embrace and implement what I have shared with you, your English will not merely improve. It will undergo a complete transformation. You will no longer say, "I'm learning English." You will declare, "I am an English speaker." Because you forged it alone, with struggle, with courage, with relentless discipline. And that, my friend, is the kind of English that no one ever can take away from you. This is not just a language. This is your freedom, your future, your identity. So don't stop. Don't wait. Don't give up, ever. And now, if this message has resonated with you, if it has offered help or guidance in any way, please subscribe. Because this isn't just a channel. This is your new home for honest, powerful, real English learning. The kind that fundamentally changes lives. And I promise you, the next video will propel you even further. Thank you for placing your trust in me. Now go speak. The world is waiting for your voice.